This is video broadcast of Athena Academy of Geopolitics.
Hello there, my name is Govind Kulkarni, and this video I am going to talk about astropolitics. This is a very new under development branch. I can call it as an extension of geopolitics. This is a brief introduction to what's happening in the outer space from the geopolitics and very specifically from the astropolitics point of view. Astropolitics is a compound word. Astro means belonging to the outer space or belonging to the stars, and politics means politics, that is conflict resolution process. Here we are going to think about the administration and utilization of the outer space. At the end, we are going to look at the uh, anti-satellite weapons, the dimension of astropolitics also. So, astropolitics, geopolitics is cumulative and has space rocketed to a totally new subject, and it is called as astropolitics. We have been in the era where we are witness to and we are utilizing also man's activities that have expanded into the outer space. To and fro journeys into the outer space and beyond have become literally a day-to-day matter. Man has made tremendous progress in the field of transportation, and that has extended into the outer space also. The horizon of human presence has gone interstellar through artificial satellites, moon landings, planetary probes, and interstellar traveling equipment like the Voyager. Not only nation states but private super-powered individuals, also corporates especially, like Elon Musk and Sir Richard Branson, have also now become part of the outer space endeavors. Developments in the field of space technology have become additional means to exert influence also. So technologically superior plus advancements in the field of outer space, a nation state becomes automatically superior in comparison to the others also. So your developments in the field of space technology, outer space technology, is definitely going to give you upper edge. Now, 21st century geopolitician must bear in mind that he has to add the spatiality. Spatiality spelled here with SPATIALITY, belonging to space. So every 21st century geopolitician has to add the spatiality of the outer space and beyond into his overall thinking and calculations. So far, the United States of America, Russia, and China have been successful in manned space missions, that is entirely on their own. India is following the suit also. In 2003, People's Republic of China became the third country to put man into the space. India is emerging as a giant step by step in this field in its own way. India became the first country to put a probe into an orbit around the Mars in first attempt only, and that too at the cheapest cost so far. India created history in 2017 by launching 104 satellites simultaneously on one rocket only. Moreover, India is the only country in the world to land its probe on the south pole of the moon. Elon Musk, that is the owner of the SpaceX, Sir Richard Branson, owner of the Virgin Galactic, also have ventured into the outer space technology region. Elon Musk is always talking about the language of putting man into or onto the surface of Mars and creating human colonies there. A look into the sky on a clear starry night, one can easily locate artificial satellites drawing an arc of the revolution around our planet. That's a very common and frequent sight these days. Now, about the number of artificial satellites around the Earth, if I want to just provide a number, then in 1957 it was just only one satellite, first satellite, which was put into the outer space. By 2025, the number of artificial satellites revolving around the Earth is nearly 1500. Now let me talk about the astropolitics, the subject I have taken for this video. So astropolitics of all this situation, the outer space, including the moon and all the other celestial bodies, are not subject to any national appropriation or even any private appropriation yet, provided the planet Earth in the cosmos. In the cosmos, there are no spatial, again spelled here as SPATIAL. So in the cosmos, provided for our planet, or to the limitations of our planet in the outer space, there are no spatial claims in the space based on political sovereignty or by means of occupation or by any other ways. The outer space belongs to the entire humanity. The world has already recognized the common interest of mankind in the outer space, and that the outer space should be used for peaceful purposes only. Countries have long back agreed upon a treaty of principles governing the activities of state in the exploration and use of the outer space. This treaty is popularly known as the Outer Space Treaty, and it was signed in 1967, just 10 years after the first endeavor of man into the outer space. I'm talking about Sputnik. Its salient features of the Outer Space Treaty. 1. Equal rights to all nation states to explore, use, access freely the outer space, including the moon and the other celestial bodies. Second is freedom of scientific investigation. Third is prohibition of putting any nuclear weapons or any weapons of mass destruction in an orbit around the Earth, and installing of such things on any celestial body in the outer space is also prohibited. Fourth is outer space to be used by all states for peaceful purposes only. Any type of military activity in the outer space is prohibited. Now I am going to talk about at the end about the military activity dimension of the outer space also, and I am definitely going to put up my opinion on this also. Fifth point under the Outer Space Treaty 1967 is astronauts to be regarded as envoys of mankind and to render to them assistance in any case of emergencies that may occur. Sixth is if an object launched into the outer space makes any harm to state or any of its judicial or legal people, then the state launching the object, private individuals or private corporates have to be included in this provision also. So launching the object is internationally liable to pay damages to the injured party. Seventh is the state launching an object into the outer space retains its jurisdiction over the object and over any personnel on board. Now, according to the international conventions, a state launching any object into the outer space has to record it by means of an entry in an appropriate register. Now, the existence of state sovereignty to the outer space does not mean that the principles of respect for state sovereignty are indifferent to international space law. Remarkably, if we talk about the International Space Station, that is ISS in short, is a growing example of cooperation at the international level. The ISS has been in orbit around the Earth since 1998. So far, astronauts from more than 15 countries, 15 different countries, have been to the ISS on different scientific missions and other exploratory missions. Now, the other side of the coin, developments in the outer space, if looked into the retrospect, is also that a space race between the United States of America and the USSR started in 1950s only, and it is a landmark event in the sense of conquering the outer space. It also took an aggressive strategic turn in the early 1980s when the then President of the United States of America, Ronald Reagan, incepted a strategic defense initiative for the United States of America. The program was called as SDI in short, and later it was colloquially known as the Star Wars program. The SDI was popularly known as the Star Wars program. Now, the SDI, in the context of geopolitics and international politics, and in the context of Cold War, changed many settings, because SDI put United States of America on defensive footing, and a lot of things happened actually between Mikhail Gorbachev and Ronald Reagan after Ronald Reagan's very famous speech in the month of March 1983. It is called as the Strategic Defense Initiative speech. I covered this aspect from offense and defense, counter-offense, and military objectives point of view in some other part of my teachings. But yes, the SDI made a lot of changes in the events of Cold War after 1983. So definitely your progress and your intentions in the outer space, a nation state's progress and nation state's exploitation of its outer space capabilities is an addition to its strategic strength. Now this day, the USA, Russia, India and the People's Republic of China are capable of anti-satellite missions. Lately in 2019, the USA founded the United States Space Force, USSF, and if you are interested in these developments also, formation of USSF, that is a space force to protect a nation state's interest, sovereignty, defense, etc. in the outer space, then there is a very nice series on the Netflix which narrates and which has in a comic sense reconstructed the United States of America's Space Force formation program. Now the objectives behind USSF are mission to formation of missions to organize, train and equip space forces in order to protect the United States of America and allied their allied interest in the outer space, and to provide space capabilities to the joint forces. The USSF includes developing military space professionals, acquiring military space systems, maturing the military doctrine for space power, and organizing space forces to present to the United States of America's combatant commands. Now, India, my country, India is also not lagging in any way in terms of formation of space forces. India has a couple of years ago has launched and incepted a program and through a department to form India's space forces also. So India too has ventured into establishing its own space force. Next chapter in the astropolitics development is of anti-satellite weapons. Information, communication and transportation are the backbone of any nation state's developments and military strategy. Rocketry revolutionized the world of communication and transportation. Technically and historically, actually, India is the birthplace of rocketry, not Europe. Rockets were invented in India. 300 years back, I can say, in the 18th century, India is the birthplace of rocketry. Rockets have made man capable to put his artificial satellites into orbit around our planet, to launch probes into the outer space and the deeper space also. Yes, outer space and deeper space are two different definitions. If you join the courses in my academy, then definitely in depth I will tell you about the differences between the outer space and the deeper space. For the moment, I am continuing with the outer space only. So rockets further have been used to land on the moon for the greater cause of humanity. However, there is also a dark side to this technology, the technology of rockets and achievements. Rockets can also be used to launch weapons into the space to target and destroy artificial satellites. Technically, the outer space is anything and everything beyond 120 kilometer above the mean sea level. So, a very rough definition of outer space is everything that is beyond 120 kilometers from the mean sea level from the surface of the earth is outer space. Today, there could be at least 10 countries on our globe with intercontinental missile capabilities. An anti-satellite weapon, actually ASAT as it is called, basically is an integrated system of equipment that can target and destroy an artificial satellite revolving around the earth. It involves basically a launch platform. It could be a fighter jet aircraft also, or the anti-satellite weapon could be launched from surface of the earth also. So from the surface of the earth, from some silos to 120 kilometer into the beyond. It involves, so basically ASAT is an integrated system. It involves a launch platform, rocket and warhead. Warhead, so far as my information goes, the impact, the object that actually makes impact on a revolving artificial satellite, so far they have been of the kinetic kill category. So three things: uh, launch platform, ASAT weapon, it's an integrated system, so it has a launch platform, a rocket and a warhead, kinetic kill equipment mostly. The United States of America was the first country to destroy an artificial satellite. It happened in the year 1985. So the United States of America destroyed one of its defunct satellites in 1985 For the operation, a missile was launched towards the satellite from an F-15A, and it was nicknamed as Celestial Eagle. F-15A Celestial Eagle launched a missile towards the defunct satellite of United States of America in 1985. That was the first event of use of anti-satellite missile technology. China successfully tested its first anti-satellite weapon in 2000, January 2007 by destroying its own inoperative weather satellite in a polar orbit. Later in 2013, according to the United States of America, China conducted a successful test of ground-based ASAT system. I will come to India. In February 2008, the United States of America destroyed its own malfunctioning reconnaissance satellite by launching an anti-ballistic missile on it. It should be noted that the USA withdrew from the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty in 2001. Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty definitely has to be read with the anti-satellite weapons system. It was signed between the then Soviet Russia. Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty was signed between the then Soviet Russia and United States of America in 1972. Now I will have to talk about the anti-satellite missile technology uh, in one section, and I will have to couple the anti-ballistic missile treaty with it. Anyway, so the anti-ballistic missile treaty was signed between the United States of America and Soviet Russia in 1972. United States of America is out of it now. Russia also has conducted anti-satellite missiles test in the last decade. As far as my information goes, three. In last decade, Russia has conducted ASAT missions, three ASAT missions. Now, India, my country, had clearly expressed about developing the necessary technology and anti-satellite weaponry to destroy enemy satellites in low Earth and polar orbits. In March 2019, India demonstrated the capability of destroying satellites in orbit by shooting down one of its own satellite with a missile launched from Earth. So it was surfaced to the outer space mission. And as I said about the kinetic kill, in March 2019, India used kinetic kill method to destroy one of its satellites. So now India is also capable in terms of anti-satellite missions. Though the above countries have been successful in targeting, now the glitch here in anti-satellite missions, the slight technological glitch here is that though the above countries, Russia, United States of America, People's Republic of China and India, have been successful in targeting and destroying their own satellites in orbit for the purpose of anti-satellite test, the success rate in an actual battle-like situations is still questionable, because defensive measures applied on this revolving satellite in terms of shortest change in inclination and or height of a satellite can turn enemies hit into a mess. So this is a very small glitch. For now, there are technical limitations on the interceptor space weapons also to be 100% effective, particularly in a full-fledged battle situation. So point I want to underscore here is that these four countries have targeted their own artificial satellites. So they knew about the trajectory, They knew about the dynamics of their own systems. That's why they could destroy easily their own satellites. But when it comes to destroying enemy satellites into the outer space, then as I said about the glitch, yet the technical success 100% is yet to come. Satellites revolve around the Earth at respective heights and speeds depending on their particular purposes and utility. Now, talking about speeds can be up to 25,000 km per hour also, depending on the type of the satellite and its purpose, the type of, yes, these two things, and the distance from the Earth, the fundamental cosmic physics, if taken into consideration. At some point, a satellite can be revolving around the Earth with a speed of about 25,000 km per hour also. So this is a very speedy business. So some satellites revolve at around 200 km from the mean sea level, which is called as the height altitude, and some revolve at height of nearly 20,000 kilometers from the surface of the Earth and beyond. I have a list to express this event. So there are three common orbits. Low Earth orbit, which is called as LEO, LEO. Height from Earth is around 200 to 2000 kilometers. Second is medium Earth orbit, that is MEO or MEO as it is called. Altitude height is around 20,000 kilometers. And definitely there are geostationary orbits, that is GEO. These satellites are at a height of around 36,000 kilometers from the surface of the Earth. The Outer Space Treaty 1967 dictates equal rights to all nation states to access, explore and use the outer space, including the moon and the other celestial bodies. Anti-satellite weapon is the new capability in the arsenal of nation states that have highly developed space programs. The USA, Russia, China and India are at the top in the list of the countries with successful space programs. Now our world, the world we are living today, even uh, the channel you are watching my videos on YouTube, is completely dependent on the artificial satellite system around us. So we are now 100% dependent from the communication point of view and the information superhighway point of view uh, on the artificial satellites revolving around the Earth. War in the outer space and destruction of the artificial satellites and the system altogether will definitely take humanity maybe back to the Stone Age. So a new set of rules, international rules, a new set of new international laws abiding to all the nation states is the necessity of the time, and I am of the opinion that the outer space belongs to all and weaponization of the outer space must not be done. Thank you.
This is video broadcast of Athena Academy of Geopolitics.